How can low self-esteem show up in relationships?
You are in a relationship, you've bagged, let's say, the richest man, the most, eligible bachelor in Nigeria, and you've bagged this man, and you're sitting there telling yourself that I don't deserve him. Why don't you think of it the other way around? That what has he, like, how does he deserve me? Spin it around in your head. How does he deserve me? What are the things that I bring into his life that he's not seeing in another woman? So low self-esteem in a relationship is really terrible, and it continues to ruin things, because even when that person has noble thoughts, it's so difficult to get on the same page with a person who's got low self-esteem. It's so even interesting because this algorithm, moment you search something on your Google, open your Instagram, that's what you're finding. So
I don't know, like, is there a spring behind it or something?
It's quite interesting because our brains were not designed to make so many comparisons all at once.
Thank you. So what are these, how can low self-esteem show up in relationships?
I mean, oh my God, it's just something that it infiltrates every aspect of one's life. I've seen someone before who, they have a very great relationship, very supportive partner, but they can't even get rid of this thought that, like, this person, okay, they're going through some things right now, but then even then that partner is there and supportive and all that, but they just can't get over this thought that, like, no, he's going to leave me. I mean, I'm sure that there's so many people that have no issues. He can be with them. Why does he have to be with me? These are the real issues. And we really had to work on how can we think of the several reasons why they're still there, they're not leaving you, because in fact they're supporting you to be here so that you can get better and they can enjoy life with you. But this is the reality of people with low self-esteem. It's difficult to shake that belief. It's because it's been there for what, 30 odd years, in some cases 20, so it's really tough for a person like that to think around, oh, what else can change? So yeah, I said that it's very important for positive, and then even in the so now think about what the impact would be in a relationship that is not very supportive. That person can't be in any relationship, because the moment you start your problem, like, okay, oh, I will see you later. But the truth is that does not have to be the reality, because everybody, no matter what it is that you are, you bring something to the table. Yeah, you ask me, these days people ask you, what do you bring to the table? Oh my God, there is a lot and more that I bring to the table, and I need people to, I was talking to a colleague recently, and the truth is that we're not in the habit of flattering ourselves enough. You've done this, that, you've done all these things, but you can't even put it down. You can't even you can't even be articulate about your wins. I say this all the time: celebrate your small wins, because that is how you remember that I'm so amazing. I'm so fantastic. Because today, let's say I sell, what do you call it? I have a small shop, all these shops beside the house, and I made a sale of 2,000. That is money. I'm happy. I'm really proud of myself that I made this sale. That auntie was not going to buy that biscuit, but I said to her, Auntie, you are really hungry, and that biscuit will be good for your son. And they bought it. And that is something that you just did. It's not everybody that can do it. Therefore, celebrate that small win. You are in a relationship, you've bagged, let's say, the richest man, the most, eligible bachelor in Nigeria, and you've bagged this man, and you're sitting there telling yourself that I don't deserve him. Why don't you think of it the other way around? That what has he, like, how does he deserve me? Spin it around in your head. How does he deserve me? What are the things that I bring into his life that he's not seeing in another woman? Why is it me? Because actually, those are the questions. It's the same question, you just have to flip it. Unfortunately, it's very easy to think about it in the negative way. So low self-esteem in a relationship is really terrible, and it continues to ruin things, because even when that person has noble thoughts, it's so difficult to get on the same page with a person who's got low self-esteem.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it could even lead to self-sabotaging behavior from the other person, because if you feel like you're not deserving of this person, you keep doing things that will push them away, right? Counterproductive. And in the long run, the other person who is so loving, genuinely loving, would leave because he gets tired, like he's exhausted trying to prove that I'm here for real. And the cycle continues. It then reinforces that belief. "Oh, I told myself I'm not lovable," not knowing that you're the one like doing that self-sabotaging behavior and pushing the person away. And then you see people where they now look at their lives and regret and seeing how they've used their like after they've pushed other people away through their behavior. It could even happen in friendships also, like thinking that a friend is too good to be true, someone who is genuinely nice. You always think there's something behind that kindness. And then you withdraw from them and all that, and the person gets fed up and just leaves, right? So it's very important to have a healthy self-esteem in a relationship. And then that's feeling, and there's a way self-esteem kind of emits to other people. It kind of, and such kind of person will draw like users, predators, because you're always making them feel that they are doing you a favor for being in
Yeah.
a relationship with you, and
Mm-hmm.
such that you start attracting abusers, because it's like a force that is emitted and people can easily see those signals. Yeah. Okay, so how does social media comparison damage self-esteem?
This is a big one. Okay. So these days, young people, even adults, we're in a world where so many things are flashing across us at the same time, so much information we're being exposed to all at once. You're seeing yourself, you're seeing yourself, and in the olden days, right, in your village, maybe 150 young damsels like you.
Mhm.
And that is the cohort you're comparing yourself with. Ashake does not have braids. I have braids. Aduni has one Cortina shoe. I have shoe. Something like that. This would be what you were comparing yourself with in the olden days. But now you are exposed to easily 150 million people that you're comparing yourself with on the social media. You are seeing this constantly on your feed. You open the social media, you see people that are flaunting their new, God knows what, Louboutin, whatever you're into. You see, it's so even interesting because this algorithm, moment you search something on your Google, open your Instagram, that's what you're finding. So,
I don't know, like, is there a spring behind it or something?
so, the moment you're searching for something, the moment you open any of the social media feeds, that's what you see. You see people that now have the things that you were thinking of. Oh, how am I going to get 2 naira to buy this pencil? Now you see them flaunting the best pencil, the biggest pencil. I have, and so it's quite interesting because our brains were not designed to make so many comparisons all at once.
Mm,
But this is the situation we find ourselves in. I mean, what I think, obviously, is I mean, it makes the issue 100,000 times worse than it is. And the worst part is everything. Okay, they say never say never. 99.9% of the time, the things you see on social media, all fake, 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 fake. Oh my God, all fake. But, you know, you're there and you're not thinking of that. You are there, you're comparing your life, your simple means to this thing. I mean, I read something recently. There's some lady who would even bother to go. I'm telling you, it's so serious now. They'll go to a boutique, right? You'd give the sales girl a little bit of money, and they give you their wares. You go, you do photo shoot. There's even places that you step into so that you can do a photo shoot, or you can rent. It looks like it's your apartment. Oh yeah, it's real. The pressure is real, man. So it looks like it's your apartment. You take pictures. You can take quite like maybe like pictures that can last for like a week or two, different outfits, and people are there. They're like, what? Oh my God, this lady is enjoying her life. They don't know that it's all fake. Now, come back to Ashake in Igbora village. She's there and she's looking at all these people and she's comparing herself with them. Yeah. And so this is the problem. So, but we can still do something about it. If you're mindful, you said something earlier, be very intentional about the things you let into your personal space. It's so important. It's so key. Because, I mean, even the Bible says that everything, we should be careful of the things we listen to, the things we absorb. Yeah. So this is exactly the reason why you need to be so careful. Filter all that nonsense out. The things that you really do not want to see. There's a way you can change your feed, your block. They even ask you, would you like to see things like this more often? And then you say, just say no if it's giving you a problem. It's not everybody that is going to give a problem. But if you particularly have low self-esteem and you see that this is something that helps you, that, you struggle with, oh, by all means, block such feeds. You don't have to do that. Only things that are edifying to you or things that inspire you, things that help you be better. I tell you on Instagram today, if you watch one video that is edifying, it will suggest similar videos to you. If you watch even just one video on conspiracy theory, it would bring, in fact, by the next day, you are seeing like 10 videos of conspiracy and you're wondering, I'm not into this. No.
I'm not
So it's your
conspiracy
feed.
specialist.
It's your feed. So be so intentional about what you expose yourself to. Expose yourself to things that help you learn. Videos like DrToyinShonubi's video. Those are the kind of things that will help your mental health. And those are the kind of things you should expose yourself to.
Yeah, yeah, and there are a lot of people doing excellent things out there, like you, like a lot of people that you can glean from, like, because we have to be intentional about what we expose ourselves to. I think you've answered the next question of how to protect our mental health online. So you can use the block. You can always block. You can. That's why there's block, right? You can always block. You can unfollow. A lot of people, some people force, but that's an option for you, right? If you think this thing is not helping with your mental health, you can unfollow politely without any issues, right? And then you can also have like time for yourself, timeline for, okay, this is my social media time after this time. And because there's something we call doom scrolling, where people just keep scrolling and looking for negative news everywhere. It causes them anxiety. They're not able to sleep at night. So that's very important to guard our just like just like you're guarding your physical health, you're going for exercise, you have to protect your self-esteem and your mental health. And if it means to like watch what you watch on and listen to, that's you're not going too far. That's in line with goal of protecting your mental health. So I have someone who had sent a question earlier about can you speak to the impact of learning disability on the condition of low self-esteem? How does learning disability affect self-esteem?
Yeah, it's very possible. Because I don't know what that person means by learning disability, because they're various, right? It depends on what you're able to do, what you're not able to do. But I'll talk about, let's say, a person that is unable to do a lot of things, which is what a lot of people, that's when it becomes noticeable, isn't it? That's when learning
Mm-hmm.
disability becomes
Mm-hmm.
noticeable. So a person who's not able to do a lot of things, I understand the fact that they would feel very unsure about themselves. Take, for instance, a person who can't read, you can't speak, for instance. And these are things. And I understand that, it can cause a person to feel very unsure about themselves. However, like I said, there's nobody who does not have their own gifts. Even a person, even a nonverbal autistic child has got a skill. Even a child with Down syndrome has got a skill. And I'm just saying that the people around them, their family, can really be very helpful. I'll tell you this one. I I watch all kinds of funny things on Instagram. There's a particular guy that likes to do a dating show, right? And there was a mom who brought her child on that show. And that child, she said it. And you'd see, she's so proud of her child, irrespective. She said she's got Downs, but She functions well. She has a job. I'm just telling you, these things are very possible. That lady, like, she has the proper phenotypes of, Down syndrome. Yeah. But she has a job. She can hold down a job. She's in America. She's doing quite well for herself. Her mom felt proud enough to say, you know what? My daughter is looking for a husband who wants to marry her. I give that woman 100% A stars all through, because that woman has done an excellent job on her child. That child does not feel there's anything wrong with her coming on live to see 500, 1,000 of you who may or may not have an opinion. She doesn't care, because she knows she's all that and more. And
Hmm.
so that is what I'm going to say on that. It was so, I mean, I was wondering, I said, oh my God, yeah, she did that. And there is nothing, everybody has got a skill, everybody has got a blessing within them. We just need to open our eyes to be able to tap into that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say on that.
Okay. So it still boils down to whether you learn disability or no learn disability, focus on your strengths. A lot of times we minimize our strengths, especially people with low self-esteem. So even an average person, right? Because low self-confidence can fluctuate with time. Sometimes you're like all confident, another time if life throws a curveball out to you, then you feel down and you are questioning if you have the ability. So at every point in one's life, we need to realize that we have our strength. Always intentionally remember your area of strength and hone it, right? Work on it. If you have weakness, then you can, if it's something you can work on, but you can't change the fact that the person cannot change the fact that they were born with trisomy 21 or Down syndrome. They can't change it. But what can they work with, right? You cannot change that, the fact that maybe you have a big nose, even though if you go do plastic surgery, it's still not going to remove that void. We see people doing a lot of plastic surgery and they still can't fill that void. We see a lot of butt lifting and all that. That doesn't fill that void. Your true value lives inside of you, and you need to look inwards and be intentional about identifying your value. Okay, we are almost getting to the end of it, and thank you so much for holding forth now. Okay, and thank you everyone for joining. If you have any question, you can ask one or two while we try to wrap up. So what are the practical daily habits and to improve self-esteem? I think we've
Yeah.
mentioned some, but just to
Yeah.
highlight.
I think there's quite a few. But you know what? Self-belief and trusting in yourself. You have to, okay, I have to take care of myself, because if I don't do that, no one would be able to do that for me. So, for instance, how then does this become practical for me? For instance, in a day, I may have X number of things I need to complete today in terms of goals. And I set my goals. And out of 5, I complete 4 of them. And I say to myself, you did that. Adetutu, you are so fantastic, because you were able to go into today and you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, no, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, there's still number 5 we're carrying over till tomorrow. But then if I plan my time, I'm able to do it. So practicality is that, like, my I'm able to celebrate the little wins I've got. I
Mm-hmm.
have goals I have for myself. I think about them, I celebrate them. This gives me the evidence I need when next I'm faced with something you know problematic, and I can say
Mm-hmm.
to myself, wait, I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is, a protect, like, boundary setting. It's so important. Protect whatever comes to you. you
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to be present for everything. No, you are not omnipresent. No, you don't need to be present for everything. Choose the company you keep. Choose the things you see on your Instagram. Choose the relationship you're in. Choose things that would edify you, things that would improve you, things that would encourage you. I really don't understand how some people are there in relationships that don't serve them, relationships that break them down. I'm not sure what you're doing there. Because if there's only one person that you see all through your life, and that's the person who's made it their life ambition to break you down, oh my God. So these are some practical tools I can give to, because I think the environment you're in is so important. And then you as a person, what I think you should do.
Yeah, so just to like summarize what you said, you appreciate your small wins, no matter how small it is, right? Yeah, let us learn to that even you, that the fact that you made out time to join these informative sessions, it's something you have to like really appreciate yourself for, because you could have been somewhere else, but you're being intentional and improving yourself, right? Appreciate it. Because I remember at the end of when people were doing this recap of 2025, a lot of people were putting all sorts, I did this, I bashed this, I bashed. I was like, okay.
I
Okay.
bash myself.
So, because I also post, okay, what will I now post now? I had to
Yeah,
reflect
so
that, oh, okay. Like it's like now I'm being more consistent. That's so I have to tell myself I'm not gonna compare myself with anyone. I compared myself with who I was, right? By the time I did that, that was a game changer for me. Like if I know where I was coming from, how I'm not the kind of person that usually would come out, but I had to like break my comfort zone and come out and do this. That's something worth celebrating, right? So let us learn to celebrate our small wins. That's what you mentioned. Also, boundary setting is very, very important. And the kind of environment you find yourself. If you have a friend that's always constantly like pulling you down, not having any good thing to say about you, I think it's time to reflect and see if it's really something you want to continue with. Like you're not like there's no soul tie, all this BFF for life and all that, and it's not serving any purpose. I don't understand. Because there are friendship for every season. Some friendship have outlived their purpose. The fact that you grew up together doesn't mean that you have to be friends for life. So those are all the things that we also need to consider. So at what point should someone consider therapy?
very useful. Therapy can be very useful because, like I said, some of these thoughts and feelings are very deep seated. And so, even though you've tried all this, self help tools and they're not working, I think therapy can be very, very, helpful in breaking the cycle of negative thoughts and how this feeds into your feelings and your behaviors. And so when you are able to learn skills that you can then use to continue to cope with these feelings. You see, can I be honest with you that even a person that doesn't suffer from low self-esteem, there are moments when you doubt yourself. Self-doubt
Yeah,
is normal. You are a human being, therefore sometimes you think to yourself, am I able to do it? But then that's why the difference is that you're able to come up very quickly with excuses. No. Yesterday I did, I'm fine, you know? And so that is how those skills are what we're hoping that you would learn in therapy. And then this can be helpful for you going forward.
absolutely. Thank you so much. Like this is so enlightening, and everyone has been appreciating you, Dr. Adetutu, Omolokpe, MZB Dubs. Faye and Jax, oh, everyone has been appreciating. Thank you so much for really pouring into us and giving very insightful. So thank you so much. Everyone should just drop a love comment, clap, just to appreciate our distinguished guest today. So, what final message do you want everyone listening to remember about their self-esteem and mental health?
So, what final message should I? Sorry, say the question again.
Final message you want everyone listening to remember about self-esteem and mental health?
Yeah, I want you to know that everything you need to thrive is within you. If you're hearing me today, everything you need to thrive is within you. All you need to do is to identify what that is and nurture it and grow it, and you'd see it bloom and become really, really beautiful.
Absolutely. Thank you. So I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up today. I feel like just going to achieve everything now.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining, and this is a wrap. So you can follow me at DrToyinShonubi. You can also follow Dr. Adetutu. What's your Instagram handle? Let's drop it for our
Okay,
guests.
all right. Let me write that. Hang on.
Yeah, so and you can get a book on Amazon, right?
Yep, it's available
Yeah.
on Amazon. It's The Mother's Compass.
Yeah, the mother's compass, very I think very good for new mothers trying to navigate having a child, and also even good for everyone, because sometimes we don't know how to support new mothers. Sometimes we make some horrible comments. You're not strong, you're not this, and you're not that. So
Yes, you're
reading
not
this
like
will help
our grandmothers.
you.
Your mother had 10. Why are you like this? Ma Daranu, what?
You're not strong, you're not this. So reading this will help you to know how best to support new mothers, because they're also having their own struggles, right? So thank you very much. And you can also follow me on subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be dropping this there in the next few weeks, so that people can have access to the recording. Okay, take care and have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.